You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello, you degenerate fucks, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler. It is Thursday, the 20th of July, and we are back. The football starts, well, it actually starts tomorrow and Friday, but anyway, starts this weekend. So the Championship, League One, League Two, Scottish Premier League, Scottish lower leagues, a few other leagues around Europe, but mainly sticking to the English football as I do. The Premier League's back the week after, along with I think the National League and those leagues. So, first real episode of the season where I'm actually going to give my bets for the weekend. Before I get into that, I'll just say I did get a small bet up the other day where I cashed out for around £75. That put me slightly back up overall, but I'll post those profit loss amounts. I think the end of this week is the the last week of the month. So excuse me. Um, I'll get those posted, but that should leave me at starting the season, with a profit, which is good because I did have a few weeks there where I didn't get any bets up. Wasn't betting much, but had no winners. So I will get on to my bets, and I've done my usual a main bet, an overs bet, and I've also did a bit of a chancer bet. And I might do this the first couple of weeks because looking at the prices, obviously because there is no form, there's nothing to go on. The bookies are sort of just it's a shot in the dark. And there is some prices there that I think are there to be taken advantage of. Um, so I'll give that one first. But also, I also did, and anybody who's a Sky Bet customer, Sky Bet are offering a £2 free bet on the opening weekend of the EFL Championship, etc. So I've done a 15-fold of over one and a halves, basically just for a bit of fun. It was free, with goals, as you'll see when I get to my overs bet. There's no form, there's nothing really to go on. So with that, it was just more of a stab in the dark. But I'll get on to the overs bet later. So as I say, the chancer bet, I've just done a treble, but it is actually very good odds. Um, somewhere around what is it? Somewhere around 22 to 1, which, do you know what I mean? It's pretty good. Um, so what I've done is first team in the chancer is West Brom. West Brom are away to Middlesbrough, and West Brom, a lot of people fancying them to win the league. Middlesbrough had a decent season last year. Dean Smith's good manager and stuff, but they're 21 to 10, which is basically over 2 to 1. So that's 3.1 in decimal. The next one in the Chancellor bet is Oxford away at Derby, and they're 11 to 5, which is 3.2 in decimal. So again, it's an away team, but Oxford are decent last year in League One. Can't remember if they made the playoffs, but they're certainly in around the playoffs. Playing Derby, who I think have signed something like 9 or 10 players because a lot of players left. Ravel Morrison left. Obviously, the manager Rooney left. Tom Lawrence went to Rangers. So Derby in a bit of disarray. I couldn't believe that Derby are still one of the favourites to get promoted back to the Championship. So yeah, not yeah. Again, look, like, the match could end up a draw or whatever, but just looking at that price, I think Oxford are pretty high, and that's why I backed it. The next one, not the biggest price, but still, it's Wigan who are at home to Preston. Now, Wigan obviously only promoted back to the Championship. Preston were decent last year, but Wigan I do expect to go pretty well in the Championship. And as I say, they're home in that match, so that's affecting the price. They're 7 to 5, which is 2.4 to 1. And as I say, that pays something like 22, 23 to 1, and I think there's a 5% bonus on it too. So, yeah, for a 5, you're going to get over £100 back, which, you're not going to complain about that. So that's that. On to the main bet. So normally, if you've followed me for a long time and listened to the podcast, my Saturday bet, if I'm doing the main bet as teams to win, normally would be there would be a few teams around evens and stuff, but there'd be 4 to 7s, 4 to 9s, 4 to 5s, uh, favorites, short price favorites. Um, and I would pick five, but with with the season only starting, there's good odds. As I say, the bookmakers don't know. They're just obviously, a lot of it's previous season, and is it a big club type thing? Is how they're booking or how they're pricing up the teams. So I've only did four this week, but it still pays pretty good money. So first team I picked was Norwich. Norwich are away to Cardiff, and they're 5 to 4, which is 2.25. Then the next one is, well, I'll talk about that, but literally, obviously, Norwich relegated last year. They should go well in that league. They're at home. That's my thing. And obviously, there's no form. Next is Wickham, who are at home to Burton. And they're 4 to 5, which is 1.8. Again, similar. Relegated. They're at home. You know, sorry, Wickham didn't get relegated. Wickham got to the playoff final last year. Didn't really lose any players. Got a good manager. I do fancy them to go well. Um, Next is Peterborough, who are away at Cheltenham. Peterborough were relegated from the Championship. Cheltenham finished around about mid-table last year. Again, I do expect Peterborough to go well, possibly get promoted again, maybe at least make the playoffs. They've had a pretty decent pre-season. They are 5 to 4, which is 2.25 in decimal. And then lastly, it's Hearts. Hearts are at home to Ross County, and that's 8 to 15, which is 1.53. Just on Hearts again, Hearts finished third last year. They've bought a few players, haven't really lost too many players. They may have lost one player who went on a free to Rangers. So yeah, now again, Ross County finished the season well. They had a good season last year, which most people didn't expect. Most people expected them to be fighting relegation, but they actually made the top six when the league split, but finished sixth out of those top six. So they're not really a team who should be in that top six. Aberdeen had a poor year last year, didn't make the top six. So yeah, I think Hearts should have enough at home there to win that. So in total, that one it's just under 13 to 1, but with the 10% bonus, it's paying about 14 to 1. So I think it altogether it pays 149 for the tenner. Then lastly, I'll move on to the overs. Now again, obviously you know how I pick these. You know, has the teams been scoring goals and conceding goals recently? Do they concede and score goals against each other historically? So obviously without the form, the only thing I can go on is previous matches against each other. And obviously you would want to do that, and even that can be a bit misleading sometimes. But so I looked through these, and all of these five teams last year played each other and had, I think, in most of them, both games were over 2.5, or I think maybe one of them might have been 2-0 in one of the games, but I actually think it was all of them. So the teams and the games are, sorry, Blackpool versus Reading, which is even money, 2.0. Hull versus Bristol City, which is 11 to 10, that's 2.1. Salford v Mansfield, that's 11 to 10, 2.1. Charlton v Accrington, that's 10 to 11, that's 1.9. And Luton v Birmingham, which is even money, which is 2.0 in decimal. Total odds of that one is 32 to 1. So pretty high on that one. Again, you will get some good prices on overs on teams to win in the first 4 or 5 weeks until the bookies figure out who's going well and who they fancy to sort of stay up. So it is a good time of the season to get a bet up if you can at the start, because you will get good prices and you will get shock results. Any one of those teams I've picked to win could lose, because opening day on the last day of the season are usually very strange, and you don't always get consistent results. But that's my bets for the weekend. As I say, I will be doing bets on Sunday as well, but just follow my social medias to get those. And yeah, just happy to be back with English football and Scottish football, because I was getting a bit bored betting on Norwegian and Swedish and all these other random leagues that I don't know a lot about. So yeah, that's basically it. That just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet this weekend, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.